Did you know that many cleaning businesses actually lose money because they get their pricing all wrong? And yes, that is true. And today we are going to fix it. Pricing isn't just a number. It's one of the biggest factors that can drive your business towards sky-high profits or down into the dumps. Getting it right is crucial, and you already know that, but it's also tricky. That is where I come in to help you navigate these choppy waters. Here's what we'll cover today. It is a deep dive. Get ready. Introduction to pricing strategies. Why is your pricing strategy crucial for your cleaning business's success? Common pricing problems. What I see that the typical mistakes cleaning business owners make with their pricing. We'll discuss understanding value-based pricing. How can pricing be based on a value and how can it transform your cleaning business? Practical cleaning pricing strategies that I'll provide, and there'll be step-by-step methods to develop your pricing. And we will cover how to identify your USPs, understand your customers, competitor analysis, pricing tiers. And then, of course, the weirdly effective pricing strategy as promised in the title, a unique twist that can set your pricing apart. And I'll give you not one, but 3 strategies that you can start implementing today. Lastly, but not least, deep dive into additional pricing strategies such as psychology of pricing, cost plus pricing, tiered based and subscription based pricing, special offers and discounts. And then of course, probably if we have enough time, a little bit of my story, how it revolutionized my pricing strategy. And then I'll recap it and we'll give you this actual tools you can do to start transforming your pricing strategy next. Okay, common pricing problems. Buckle up. One common trap that new cleaning businesses fall into is racing to the bottom. How low can you go? Let's be honest. After zero, there's nothing else you could do. You might think undercutting your competitors on price will attract more customers, but is this true? Or perhaps you are worried about charging too much. So you undervalue your services if you go in a race to the bottom, and both are big no-nos. And here's why. Doing so make your business look cheap, or worse, lead to unsustainable profit margins. And not only that, but you attract the coupon hunters, you attract not loyal customers, you attract the tire kickers, you attract those who give you headaches and problems, bad reviews, bad reputation. And if you keep looking back, you can't focus. So which means it'll drain the cheapest, worst customers will drain so much of your energy that you will have no energy left to look forward and charge ahead and grow your business. So therefore, let's get this snapped out of our heads. Being the cheapest is not good. Not in here, not in this business. Understanding value-based pricing. Instead of playing the low price game, consider value-based pricing. This strategy involves setting prices based on the perceived value of your services to the customer, not just the cost to you. And again, perceived value of the services to the customer, not how much it costs you. Think about if your cleaning service can make an office look like it belongs to a glossy magazine, isn't that worth more? And let me throw in a joke. What does a clean office and magician have in common? They both have people wondering, how did they do this? And guess what? Magic isn't cheap unless you're watching a cheap one. Practical pricing strategies. To effectively implement value-based pricing, you will need to identify your USP, which is unique selling point. What makes your cleaning services special? Maybe it's your lightning fast response times, of your commitment to your customers, or using organic cleaning products, or the quality, like how nitpick you did the surface and get it clean and won't give up until that. So, or how close you are. And those are the ones each company will have their own USPs. Understand your customers' needs. Conduct surveys or informal chats to find out what drives your customers' purchasing decision. I know it sounds boring, but when you find out from your best paying customers, those that you want to know, then you have your customer profile identified, and now you can go after them and you identify their pain points, which means each time you talk to them, you present, you kind of step on them, you make sure that they know you understand their language, you can talk their language, and you can pinpoint the current pain area and then press it a little harder so they remember what they are not getting with their current cleaning company and why should they switch to you. Analyzing your competitor is another thing. Don't Don't just copy, of course, your competitor. Understand why they charge what they do. This can help you position yourself in the market, especially when you're coming in new to the market. You don't want to be the highest. You want to be sweet spot, the middle, maybe a tier, maybe a tad low, but not the cheapest, of course. Because remember, the goal of this channel is to make you a business owner, not a glorified cleaner. If you are to become a business owner, you must charge the customer worth that you have enough money after you pay your cleaner left for yourself to run the business, not work inside of your business. And then set tiers to your pricing. Offer different levels for services for different prices. This caters to your various customers' needs and budgets while maximizing your revenue from high-end offering. And this is much easier to do if you're in a residential market compared to commercial, because commercial can get so cumbersome, way too many moving parts, weekends, hours, after hours, access instructions, areas smaller. But you could do the tiers, especially when you are talking about the residential. So now that promised really effective pricing strategy, and I'll give you three, as I said. And so the first one is pricing. Call it a pricing at a premium with a twist. Imagine offer a basic cleaning package to your customers, but with an optional luxury add-on. And luxury could be like adding an aromatherapy or a mini maintenance check. This is not only boosts your average job value, but also enhances customer satisfaction, because people love feeling like they are getting something exclusive. And whatever drives us, if you think about it, we either run away from pain or run towards the pleasure. So when we run towards the pleasure, we have different tiers. That is why people buy Rolls Royce. That is why they spend on Prada bags, because it's the status. And when you offer them status, so they get like a diamond club, exclusive club, black card, heavy, super expensive credit card membership, whatever it is, give them that feeling. Make them feel that this is it. They are the top tier. And you will be surprised how people will be going towards that. When you have three tiers in general, right? People don't go for the cheapest, don't go for the expensive. Normal, average people go for the middle. So make sure your plan is tiered with maximum profit and what you want in the middle. But here on a luxury, you will be surprised that some people would want that badge of elite VIP customers. That is where they'll come in, and that is where you're gonna do a cool money, a good amount of money. And then what happens is, once they satisfied and they feel they are VIPs, what are they gonna do? Because all of their friends are VIPs, likely think the same, because alike attracts alike. Now they're gonna spill the beans and tell their friends about you, how you are able to provide them exclusivity feeling compared to other cleaning companies they've used. And now their other customers that feel the same and want to feel the same feeling will now start bringing you in there. Okay, so that's one of the strategies. The next strategy is prepayment discount. And that's something I've used myself and pretty was wowed. Like some companies, especially customers close to the end of the year, they want to pay the whole year in advance. And why? Because they want to write it off on their taxes. Encourage your customers to prepay for multiple cleaning sessions in advance by offering a discount. This is not only will secure your customer commitment, but also improves cash flow, a crucial aspect of maintaining a healthy business, as we know. And now that the customer prepaid you, should there be a hiccup in between, now they will likely come back to you and give you the opportunity to fix your services, because they already prepaid. In their mind, it is paid, it is done service, which means now they'll stay with you longer. Of course, if you choose to do that, your cash management skills must be top notch. You are not allowed to take from that money, because that money goes to your cleaners to clean, or to yourself to clean, whichever it is. Make sure you don't touch that. Worst case scenario, client paid for the whole year, 6 months after they decide to cancel it, and now they ask for reimbursement. And if you tapped in and already spent that money, where are you gonna give the money from? From your pocket? Now it's going to hurt. So keep that in mind as well. Offer customers. The third one is opportunity to buy cleaning credits in bulk at a discounted rate. Let's say they're not ready to commit for 6 months or a year, but tell them, hey, buy 10 and I'll give you 15% off per service. And you can use it whenever you'd like. Again, if they buy it, now it's the money with with your company, so they'll come back to you. These credits can be used at any time to make a booking process simpler and more appealing, and it's a great way to ensure repeat business and customer loyalty. Perhaps tell them they can give those credits to their friends and family. But remember, if they give a credit and you sold like 5-hour cleaning and they give a credit for somebody who needs like a deep cleaning, you have to be clear with your terms and conditions. Or maybe you will say like, no, your credits can be only used in your property that I already cleaned. So, but think through that. Now let's do a deep dive into additional strategies. And before we do that, let's talk about the psychology of pricing, which is super important. Let's explore how your customers perceive your price can make a huge difference. Using charm pricing, like setting prices at $19.95, $19.97, or $19.99 instead of $20, can make your services appear more profitable due to perceived price difference. And this strategy works. For example, I go for 97. I like 97s. And then don't go for rounded numbers, go for odd numbers. Let's say you use no math and you know how much it costs. Let's say you're going to clean this office and it's $4,000 a month commercial office. Don't go at $4,000 a month. Maybe go $3,976.25. It is scientifically proven. People will less likely question it and will know that likely you used a formula that spit out uneven numbers as opposed to just, oh, it's $4,000. When you just say, oh, it's $4,000, they're like, okay, why it's not $3,000, right? So keep that. There's so much to be learned and to be implemented in this business. Cost plus pricing, there is something else, which is simple yet effective. Cost plus pricing makes the total cost of providing your service and you add a markup for profit. This ensures you cover cost and achieve your desired profit margins, essential for sustainable business growth. And cost plus can be, especially if you're new into cleaning business and you're unsure how to price your pricing, you can say, look, dude, I will charge you $35 per hour. Well, that's my hourly rate. Plus, I will, my cleaners will get $35 an hour. I'll provide 3 of them. And then whatever the hours we spend, we're just gonna charge you 20% markup, which is my profit. And now it rolls on hourly basis. So you can literally figure out that you go over, but the customer is transparent. For example, cost price pricing is probably even more better to be used on supply providing, which we use. When customers reach out to us, what we tell them is, look, do you want us to save you on your consumables? And that's actually example. And they're like, sure. What I tell them is like, can you give me a list of your current monthly spend for the last 3 months, how much you were buying on consumables? Then I take that and I send it over to my vendor. And I already have pre-negotiated prices with my vendors at a cheaper rate, and usually they're able to beat it. And what I say to the customer, I take that quote from my vendor, send it to the customer, and I say, look, this is how much it costs. Looks like you're spending about $550 a month on consumables. I can lower this cost at the same level or better grade products at $475. You can buy it directly and that's your savings. Or if you don't want to handle this anymore as you were doing it before, if you just want me to take it off your shoulders, then I will charge you, let's say 15% markup on top of it. And now your numbers are transparent and customer knows that. And even after 15% markup, you might get close to that number, but now customer doesn't have to deal with it with stuff that they were dealing with before. So think about that. The next one is tiered pricing models and subscription-based pricing, and they can also be implemented in a cleaning business. Offering tiered and subscription-based pricing models will provide flexibility and steady income. These models cater to different customers' needs and encourage long-term commitment, enhancing customer retention and satisfaction. Again, subscription-based and tiered. So you just plan based how you want to offer your services. More easier to go in residential, or can also be utilized in commercial, let's say common area cleaning. And one of them could be, hey, we will take out the trash and spot vacuum, right? The lowest tier. The second could be take out trash, don't spot vacuum, but vacuum wall to wall and then clean around the open areas. The third tier could be like, we do it all, but we also disinfect your light switches, door handles, and etc. And based on what the customer can afford and want, that's what they're going to do. Special offers and discounts are super cool as well. Using strategic discounts and offers can achieve attract new customers and promote loyalty. These should be used judicially to ensure they don't undervalue your services, but rather enhance the perceived value. So that's a big thing. Perceived value is a lot here. You don't want to just, be the lowest, but like, hey, I'll give you a discount this time, but act now. And you could do that in the winter time. I find many cleaners during the winter time go kind of slow. So pre-sell it in advance, pre-sell multiple packages in advance, offer special discounts for the winter time. So you have job coming in, you keep your employees employed, and now you don't really have to think about how you're gonna go through the winter because now you have jobs lined up. And let me give you a personal story real quick. When I first started, I was charging minimum for my time. Then I shifted to value-based pricing, throwing sometimes scented products or telling the customer, don't worry, I got it all, whatever it costs. And guess what? My bookings literally doubled and my customers were happier than ever, bragging about the services that I was providing and reliability, and they had only one price to pay, regardless of whether one day they had more footprint, the less they had less, or the consumables they used less or more. So therefore, keep it in mind that any strategy has to be weighted out and try it out with 2 or 3 of your customers. See what happens. Don't rush. In this business, you're for 5-10 years. So don't think like, hey, in the next month, use 1 month or 2 months to experiment on 3 customers and experiment on other 3 customers with a different strategy. See which one yields better result. And then you can offer whichever is winning the strategy. So with these strategies, you are now well equipped to set competitive, profitable prices for your cleaning business. Remember, effective pricing is dynamic. It always changes. It requires ongoing adjustment and experimentation based on your market conditions and your business growth. And keep in mind, your overhead as your company grows will grow. If you do not know how to figure out how to calculate your overhead, I've got a separate video you can check out. And also I provide a free Excel spreadsheet on my website, ansimpact.com resources. All I ask in return is your email, and I promise not to spam. I'll use the email to get the information to you, but also once a month you will hear from me and there will be useful information. What I'd like to do is invitation only marketing. I don't want to be pushing and spamming. I want to be in inboxes that people like. So therefore, if you were, I would be super thrilled to have your inbox and come in and knock once a month in your inbox emails. And what I'd like to do is to challenge you to rethink your pricing strategy. Now you have all this information. Try implementing some of these tactics as we discussed today and share your results, questions, or any new strategies you come up with the comments below. Let's change how we price and grow all together. See you inside of this video, and don't forget to like it. Bye for now.